How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I want to go through one of the more bullish price predictions for Bitcoin. This is coming from an analyst on YouTube and Twitter who's very bullish. I want to play the clip for you, but before that, I want to hit on some of the news that's happening today, including people not being able to buy Bitcoin, a bank shutting down your ability to buy crypto, also some charts relating to Bitcoin. Interest is coming back into the space, and we can see that now. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this one. While you're down there, there is a link to Margex in case you want to trade cryptocurrency on leverage. Just this last week, I made a 200% gain in Solana, which was absolutely nuts. But that's bound to keep on happening, especially when we have such a bullish market. This bull flag could break up to the upside, and then we could be at all-time highs. You can make a lot of money. This position that I have open right here, up 200 something percent. I have some on another account that are open as well that are up even more than this. So if you want to try this out, there is a link to Margex underneath the video. You can use all different forms of collateral. You get a deposit bonus that can be used towards fees when you use the link underneath the video. There's also a link down there to CoinW, which allows you to actually buy spot crypto as well if you're looking for a new place to buy during this next bull market. Now, I did run a giveaway, by the way. I know I talked about this yesterday. I gave away 150. I said $150. It's 150 USDT, and I gave it away in collaboration with Alvara and Tencent. I did this actually twice, so we gave away $300. Named the winners right here, and then named it in the last video as well. If you want more giveaways like this, let me know. I kind of like doing this. It was pretty fun and got a lot of engagement, so I'm happy to do this in the future too. Now, there's some breaking news. An Australian bank is restricting users from purchasing cryptocurrency just as Bitcoin achieves a new all-time high in the country. So they say basically your recent payment to a cryptocurrency exchange has been declined because you have exceeded the monthly cryptocurrency limit. CommBank has introduced these limits to help protect you from fraud and scams. This is funny. This continues to happen. We've had this for a long time. We've had even like JP Morgan Chase back in the day restricted you being able to send your money to cryptocurrency exchanges. And I say it's funny. It kind of sucks, right, for the person that gets this. But it does show you where your bank's interests are aligned. And I think this is going to change, especially once a lot of banks allow you to start buying cryptocurrency. They may still restrict how much you can send, I guess, to other cryptocurrency exchanges, but they're happy to hold it for you because that's going to be safer for you if you keep it at a bank. At least that's what they say. But it is frustrating when you use a third party and they won't let you buy cryptocurrency. But that's kind of the whole purpose of crypto, is that you don't need a trusted third party or an intermediary. So they're pretty much just reiterating the fact that we do have to buy cryptocurrency because otherwise they're going to continue to overreach like this. Pretty interesting. I don't think I've seen this in quite a while, or I haven't seen anything like this before. All in all, on Friday, just over $2.3 billion worth of Bitcoin left exchanges, one of the largest withdrawals in over 5 years. Roughly $200 million of this was sent to Coinbase Prime, so let's call it $2 billion. Binance saw about 400 million and has seen regularly fairly big outflows for the last few days. Coinbase saw the rest. Binance outflows are the interesting ones because they have nothing to do with the ETFs. So yeah, massive outflow of Bitcoin, which is obviously really bullish because if you're pulling it out of exchanges, you're probably putting it on cold storage, and you're probably holding it for the long term. We know that a lot of entities that are really large have started to allocate towards Bitcoin, and this is one of the really bullish things. When you have a lot of retail investors, maybe they're looking for a 2x, or they're going to sell above 100K or something like that, or around 100K. They're thinking more like in dollar terms. How can I make some money? But the institutions are more looking for allocations. They want to be allocated to this for the long term. Now, of course, they might take profit still, depending on who it is. They might reallocate or rebalance their portfolios. But a lot of countries, a lot of really large institutions are nowhere close to the amount of Bitcoin that they want to have. Some of them haven't even started buying Bitcoin yet. So we're a far away from people actually having their allocation goals. So when there's less and less Bitcoin on exchanges, when there's less and less people willing to sell because they're still trying to buy, that's really bullish. And large withdrawals are bullish as well. Bitcoin ETF inflows have absolutely blown gold out of the water. You can see just the amount of billions of dollars flowing in to the Bitcoin ETF versus gold. Like, this is absolutely nuts. This isn't even like comparable to what happened with gold. Really bullish. And people are starting to watch Bitcoin's price. People are starting to search for Bitcoin. And I notice this too. My views are better now than they have been in a few years. We can look at PlanB too. PlanB just posted a video just today or just yesterday, and it already has 180,000 views. I looked him up on Social Blade. He got like 10,000 followers from this one video in one day. Now, I want to play part of it for you because he is an analyst that is very bullish on cryptocurrency, obviously, but he talks about how high Bitcoin could go. He talks about how we're already starting the Bitcoin bull market, and I think it's really important information for you, and I found it quite interesting. I've talked about him before. You know, some people gave him a hard time because he didn't call the exact top of the last bull market, but he was pretty darn close, and a lot of people are tuning into him now. I usually stick to fundamentals on the channel. I do talk about technicals every once in a while, but he is pretty much all models, which I think is interesting, and I think it's worth watching. So let me play this for you.
The largest monthly increase in dollar terms of almost $20,000 in 1 month. And more importantly, it's above or at the stock to flow model line right now. So stock to flow is back. And I would say let's break this model to the upside right now. I mean, it's a bit of a joke. A lot of people were hating on the stock to flow model because it was on the downside, right? When the prices were low in 2022. They said the model is broken, the model is invalidated. We had that before, right here in 2019 and 2020, but always after the price has been below the model, it has gone above the model and far above the model sometimes. So that's what I'm hoping for. In fact, that's what I'm expecting, that we're going to break the stock to flow model on the upside after the halving. And well, we have 2 more dots to go, 2 more blue dots until the halving, a March dot and an April dot. And this is also a good time to point out the color axis. It's months until the halving in this chart. And it can be anything, of course. I use anything, RSI or whatever. But in this chart, it's months until the halving. So that's 2 more months, 2 more red dots, and then it switches, 2 more blue dots, and then it switches to red. Like you see here at the 2012 halving, here 2016 halving, and here in the 2020 halving. We will have a halving in April. So what's next? Yeah, well, I think if you look historically, after the halving, the price went up, but with a little bit of a delay. And I expect that as well in 2024. So we will have price rises, we will have a bull market, but I don't expect a top in this year. In 2024, I expect the top to be in 2025. So also note the log scale on this chart. The prices go 10x every time, from $1 to $10, $100, $1,000. So a lot of people misread this chart, and they think that if a value is right here, for example, they think it's linear in between. So they think this is 700 or even higher value. It's not. It's 500,000. And you can see that here. That's why I put these micro grid in there as well. So this is 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 4. This is 500,000. So it's not evenly spaced because it's a logarithmic scale. Well, one more thing. Last cycle, we saw a little dip just before the halving. And that, of course, was the March 2020 COVID dip. It was a black swan. I don't think we'll have that again, but well, anything can happen, but yeah, I don't think it will. And last cycle was, of course, relatively low because of this bad start, but also because of the China ban that erased 50% of the mining capacity, because of Luna, and because of the FTX exchange debacle. So we had a really bad cycle last time. So it's very interesting to see what will happen next. I expect next cycle to be more normal and maybe a bit higher to make up for this relatively low cycle that we had. Very interesting. We'll see. Next chart. This is the chart that got very much attention on Twitter. I think it's one of my two favorite charts next to the sector flow chart. Big news here. Red dot. So what we see in this chart is the sector flow price, again on a logarithmic scale. And the colors, note the color axis is different right now. It's not the months until the next halving, it's the phase. So it can be the accumulation phase, blue, we've been there. Can be the bull market, can be distribution, can be bear market. So we see a phase switch change right now. And we go from the accumulation phase, which is over right now. There's no more steady growth, easy buying, etc. No, we go to the bull market. So there will be face melting FOMO, extreme price pumps, and also multiple minus 30% dips. A lot of people ask what I mean by that. Well, if we look at, for example, the 2017 all-time high, which is more typical than the one in 2020 and 21, we saw multiple, I think 5 or 6 minus 30% dips in there, but then big pumps after that. So it will be, if you've never experienced a bull market, it will really be face melting and scary at some times. But, well, we have a lot of things going on. Narrative is ETF at the moment, of course. We saw 500 million inflow in the ETFs in one day, and that caused a 5% price pump in Bitcoin. There's lots more inflow into the ETFs coming, so that promises a lot more price increases as well. And there might be in the rest of the year in 2025 a sovereign fund and nation state adoption. Who knows what's next? It will be very surprising. It will be extreme. So what will I do? And what will I suggest you do is just sit back and relax, enjoy the ride, and most importantly, don't panic at the first minus 30% dip. A lot of people will say, oh, this was it, the bull market's over, we'll go to zero now. No, it's just a high volatility double-digit dip in a bull market. And so, yeah, that's it. We'll be probably watching at red dots for the next half year, 1.5 years, until the yellow dot comes, but we don't have to worry about that anytime soon.
As you can see on this chart too, this is from Algo. This is something I created, an indicator that you can get access to underneath the video. It's 20% off right now if you use that link. As you can see though, on the 1 hour, we're in bullish momentum territory. This is a very bullish time in cryptocurrency. And if you zoom out even more, like we've been bullish for a long time. This is just the beginning of the next bull market. So strap in, or as cryptos R Us would say, strap on and get ready. Let me know your thoughts on this underneath the video. Again, check out Marjax, check out CoinW. You can go check out PlanB too. He's got a great YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.